All right, so these questions were all taken from the comments section on the video I recently posted about the artwork in Emma's apartment. Question number one, did you go to art school? No, I did not go to art school. I just learned from library books and then just painting as much as possible. I started painting in 2003. There was no YouTube at the time, but if there was, I probably would have watched YouTube videos as well. Number two, does Emma pay for the paintings or are they gifts? I think this was the most common question I got. It's kind of a combination of both. Some of the paintings have been gifts, some are just hanging there temporarily, and then others she has actually paid for, like say the Golden Gate Bridge and the breakfast painting and the bananas and the avocado. She wanted to make sure that she owned those forever, so she bought those. Would you ever sell prints? I've considered selling prints, but I think what I'd rather do is sell smaller paintings at more affordable prices, like say unframed 5x7 or 6x6 paintings. So I'm looking into doing that, but prints are not out of the question, so it's a possibility, we'll see. Does Emma edit your videos? No, Emma doesn't edit my videos. We're kind of on separate YouTube journeys. I've edited all 327 of them myself. Next question, where do you get your frames? I build all my own frames. I've made several videos about the process, and if I can figure out how to do it, I'll post a link here or here. All right, next question, did Emma inspire you to make a YouTube channel? No, I've been on YouTube since 2007. Got rid of my TV about like 15 years ago, so I didn't have television, so I started watching YouTube. And in 2007, I was inspired to like put some music videos up where I was like singing, playing guitar, cover stuff under the name Juice Breaks. So I had that channel, then I started this channel about 7 years ago. So YouTube's kind of been my thing for a long time, first watching and then actually participating. What kind of paints do you use? I use oil paints. I know some people are confused whether I'm acrylic or whatever. I use oil paint and I paint mostly with Utrecht brand and also Winton by Winsor & Newton. I have some Gamblin paints. I don't think it really matters the type of paint you use as long as it's decent quality. I have used student grade paints that are often good too. So if you're starting out, don't be afraid to use student grade paints. Especially for learning how to mix colors and experiment and stuff like that. Or if you're painting large, there's a lot of painters that paint large and they use student grade paints, because if you're painting large and you're using really expensive tubes of like white or this or that, it's just not practical. What kind of canvas do you use? So if I'm painting large, like say 24 by 30 or larger, I will use stretched canvas typically by Blick. And I'll use the Blick Premier, or sometimes I'll use Blick Studio, which has a really nice surface for painting on, even though the canvas is thinner. But then the smaller sizes, I mostly paint on. This is whiteboard, you know, that you can use with a dry erase marker, but then the other side, I put gesso on it, 3 coats of gesso, and then some pumice in the last one. There's videos I've made about that. I'll try to link one here or here. Anyway, so yeah, basically paint on panels. Panels are really nice for when you're going out in the field because they're smaller basically and you can put them in a wet panel carrier, whereas canvases are more cumbersome outdoors. So always paint with panels when I'm painting outdoors, almost always. And how can I buy your work? Most of my paintings are either sold through Instagram or through Studio Gallery in San Francisco. So you can go to my Instagram, which is @ChamberlainPaintings, and if you see a painting you like, you can DM me. But also you can go down below in the description. I will link Studio Gallery down below so you can see the paintings that I've got available there. Next question, do you ever paint from photographs? Yes, I do occasionally paint from photographs. I prefer to paint from life, but there are certain times when it's not practical. Most of my cityscapes are painted from digital images just because I like to compose looking down the street, and you can't really set up your easel in the middle of the street. So those are done from digital images. And then also if I'm doing a larger landscape or even say a portrait type picture, I will paint those from digital images as well. So I kind of use a combination of both digital images when I'm in the studio and then painting from life as much as possible. Actually, that question leads into the next one here, which is how long did it take you to paint the avocado and banana paintings hanging in Emma's place? What was the setup like, and was it done from photo or from life? Those paintings are small. They're like, I believe they're 8x8s, and they took about 2 hours each. and those paintings were done from photographs. I set the subject, the banana and the avocados, out on a white tablecloth with sunlight on them, so it was outdoors. And then I kind of wanted to get a good composition, so I took a bunch of pictures and then I put them on the laptop and I kind of cropped them in different ways and came up with a composition that I liked. So those were done from photographs, but most of the still lifes I do are actually painted from life. I think that's it for the questions. I've got a bunch of videos coming up I'm excited about. One more video in Malibu where Araya and I did a color blocking exercise, still editing that. Also, I've got another video where I'm gonna go out and paint with really cheap hardware store brushes. A lot of stuff. So if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. I never say that. That's it for this one. See you in the next video.